Hello and welcome to It's All About You, the best show about you on the internet. I am B. Dave Walters, life strategist and spiritual coach. This is episode number 33, Mind. And you see, I'm back in black, but I got my colorful streaks in the shirt, so trying to find a way to make everybody happy so we can coexist. You know, I'm always going to try and keep you guessing with the wardrobe, at least until I've run out of all the clothes I have to wear. So, you know, it's a strange thing. I feel like we haven't been together in ages because even though I just posted a new episode, I shot them like a week ago. So I feel like it's been so long since we just sat down and talked. How are you? You good? Glad to hear it. And I had a big delay as of the time of this posting. I mentioned in the last episode that my article collection was finished. It wasn't. I thought it was done. It wasn't done. It's not up yet. It will be up soon. Delayed posting the video until it was finished, so now I feel bad and I'm one behind. So what I'm going to do is I'm shooting these two episodes back to back, and I'm going to upload them back to back. So they might be a couple of hours apart, but they won't be a couple of days apart. And this episode is about the mind, and I'm going to show you some neat tricks on how to use your own innate capabilities. And the next one's going to be on meditation, and I'm going to take you through a short guided meditation. So I think you're going to have a lot of fun with that. Now, as always, let's start with a quote. All wrongdoing arises because of mind. If mind is transformed, can wrongdoing remain? This is by Buddha. All wrongdoing arises because of mind. If mind is transformed, can wrongdoing remain? I've mentioned lots of times, especially if you follow my articles on theexaminer.com, that the subconscious mind, first of all, you got three minds. You don't have one, you got three. You have your conscious mind, which is the mind that makes decisions, that makes lists, that, you know, organizes things. You have your conscious mind doesn't have any imagination and it doesn't have any memory either. All it can do is process what's right in front of it. Then there's your subconscious mind, which is where all of your emotions live, where all of your memories live. You never forget anything. You actually remember every single thing that's happened to you ever. It's in your subconscious mind. You just may not be able to recall it on demand. So people that have a better or worse memory are just better or worse at extracting information that's been filed away into their subconscious. And your self-image also resides in your self-conscious also, which we've talked about. Anytime you think, I'm not that type of person or anything to that effect, all of that lives in your subconscious mind. And you also have a superconscious mind. Your superconscious mind is the part of you that is connected directly to the universe, that's connected directly to God, or however you conceive a higher power to be, or whatever higher order of the universe, that your mind is plugged directly into that. But the higher mind's communication comes through the subconscious and then comes up to the conscious mind. So if you don't have a clear and open channel between your conscious and subconscious, there's no real way for you to get the higher signals that come through. And when I say higher signals, I mean things like deja vu, or extremely meaningful dreams, or anytime you've got a sense of, you know, any type of higher psychic functioning or anything like that. Kind of tiptoe around that because I don't know your personal belief on the subject, but there's actually been quite a lot of research done into psychic phenomenon, especially by a man named Rupert Sheldrake, amongst others, so don't be so quick to dismiss it. But what we're talking about here, though, is just the things that all of us can do, the things that all of us have in common. Now, imagine if you ever seen Batman? You know how Batman's got down in the Batcave, he's got the Bat computer, this like huge computer that can do anything? Like imagine if you had access to this just giant computer that literally knew everything that was ever going to happen, that knew everything about the past, everything about the present, and everything about the future. But when you looked at the keys just had like strange squiggles on it. And nobody ever told you how to run this machine. What would you do with it? Well, interestingly enough, it's kind of like that. Your mind literally contains all knowledge ever is inside of your brain right now. You just don't know how to get at it because nobody ever told you how to. Now, if this seems crazy that I say that your mind knows everything, I can actually back it up pretty easily. Remember, physics tells us that time doesn't actually exist. The fact that you and I are looking at this at different times and you're seeing this number ticking down at the bottom, that's really kind of an artifact of our perception. It's kind of a byproduct of the way that we see things. But there's not really an out there. I mean, have you ever heard of E equals mc squared? Energy equals mass times the speed of light squared. Basically what this means, I don't want to get too deep into physics, but Energy and mass are the same thing. You and I are literally made out of the same thing. And there is no barrier between us. There is no difference in between us. This phone and I are literally made out of the same thing. It feels solid, but the atoms in it are mostly empty space. And even then, what is there, what is real, is still just energy. And as you get lower and lower and lower and lower, you find it's into smaller and smaller and smaller particles, and to the point it's just almost infinitely small vibrating strands, or almost like foam, like shaving cream. That's what quantum physics is all about. The fact that when you get really down to the smallest level possible, things are just really weird. But the point is, there's no difference in between them. There's no disconnect in between us. There is no present. There is no past. There is no you. There is no me. God is not somewhere else. God is everywhere all the time, and we're connected to it all the time. You don't have to do anything to be connected. You already are. So you can tap into your normal, natural capacity to access this information at any time, which is one of the things that I'm going to show you how to do today. Now, the way I'm going to do this is when I split the video, I'm going to come back in part 2 for the people on YouTube, and we're going to do a neat little exercise called image streaming. If you've ever done it, it's neat. If you've never done it, it's kind of strange, but trust me, it works. Anytime you get into meditation and things like this, that we're going to talk about more next episode, the thing you have to do is shut off your conscious mind. There's lots of ways to do this, which we're going to talk about next time. But the thing is, your conscious mind gets in the way, okay? All of the information and facts come up out of your subconscious mind, and it comes up very subtly. If you've ever heard me tell you, people are like, well, when I'm meditating, what should I do? I'm like, well, don't really try. Don't try and see things. Don't try and meditate. Don't try and dream. Don't try and interpret the meanings of your dreams, because that effort, that trying, activates your conscious, and basically it's like stepping on the gas and the brake at the same time. What you got to do is relax. Relax and just let things come out, or find a way to occupy your conscious mind. It's like a guard dog. You throw it a bone, then it runs off afterwards, and then new and different information can come bubbling up. So what we're going to do, actually, I think I'm going to go ahead and split this now for my brothers and sisters on YouTube. And when I come back in the second half, I'm going to explain image streaming and what it is and how it works. So all of the instructions will be together on one place. But let me think if there's anything else I want to say before I do, because I got a little time left. This seems weird, but it works. I know some of the statements I just made seem weird, but they're accurate. If you don't believe me, take the time to study a little bit of physics, a little bit of quantum physics. The truth is out there, and it's actually really weird, but really thrilling at the same time. And never underestimate the capacity of your own mind. Right now, you are literally a genius. Your mind is capable of way more than the computer that you're watching this video on right now. You're capable of processing more information and faster than this machine is. It's just a matter of learning how to do it and learning how to do it consciously. Okay? So now I'm going to split it. I'm going to come back in part 2, explain image streaming. For everybody else who's not watching this on YouTube, you just sit tight. I'll be right back.